Hi everyone, we have shown you the capex and opex of running a vertical crab farm in the previous lecture. Today we're going to show you an interactive spreadsheet. With it, you guys can find out the returns of investment by inputting few parameters. First parameter is number of crabs. As you can see, I have input 800. It means with this 1000 box system, I will only raise 800 crabs. Next, we have cycle of days. It means the days it requires to get the crab fattened. So in this model, I input 30 days. Next, we have feed to weight ratio. It means a percentage of feed to a specific weight. Next, we have system. This parameter is to show you guys once you have the scalability, the ROI actually can be faster. Next, we have mortality rate. A typical mortality rate is around 15 to 25%. So in our system, the average mortality rate is 15%. Next, we have B2B sales percentage. It means the sales percentage over entire sales. This parameter will show you once you have B2C sales, the ROI can be faster. Next, we have dead crab selling price. So for some country, you may have 0, but for others, you can have $3 or even higher. It means people will buy it, cook it, and extract the meat. Next, we have crab category. So in this model, I have input 300 gram category, 500 grams, and 700 grams. Units, it means how many crabs do in these systems. Basically, it's the same as the first parameter, number of crabs. So actually, it links. Next, we have mortality rates. And this is the average mortality rate. And this mortality rate actually links with all of these three parameters. Next, we have survival quantity. Basically, survival quantity is the unit times 1 minus mortality rate. Next, we have average size. Average size for 500 categories is 550. So H5 means start from 500 to 599 grams. So I choose the middle. Next, unit cost. It means the cost of water crab. And in our model, we assume $8.5 per kg. And I have created two selling price. One is B2B and the other one is B2C. For B2B, it will have lower revenue or lower selling price compared to B2C. For this model, it is $17.5 per kg. For B2C, it's $20 per kg. Next, we have cost. It means total number of crabs times the average size times the unit cost. It will give you the total cost of buying a water crab. Next, we have to calculate the total cost of running a cycle. First of all, we have crabs. This is the number I get from here. Next, we have to consider manpower costs. In Southeast Asia, the labor cost is around $300 per month, and we need around 1.5 people. It means we have to hire some part-time to cover over the weekend. Next, we have feed. A typical feed cost in Southeast Asia is around $1 per kg for trash fish, and for pellet feed, you can go up to $1.25. And this is a quantity required by the crabs. So you see the formula here. It means I calculate total number of crabs times the feed to weight ratio and times 30 days. Next, we have salt cost. So somebody may draw water from the sea, and some may make seawater from artificial salt. So this is a cost. And next we have testing kits. So basically we need testing kits to test water parameters every day, twice, and we need to include these costs in our analysis. Next we have rental costs. So for a typical 1000 box system, it requires 100 meters square. So you guys have to find out what is the rental cost in your country. For our case, we assume $200 per month. Next, we have electricity costs. So basically, this is the cost of per kilowatt hour, and this is the electricity consumption per month. Next, we have the water costs. So in Southeast Asia, the water cost is typically around $1 per liter. So here you have all the costs per cycle, and add up, this is the total cost per cycle. So I have breakdown, I have shown you guys different percentage for each category. As you can see, the crabs, or the water crab cost usually is the highest. It's around 70%. So after costs, we come to revenue. So basically we can create revenue by selling crabs. So I have split the revenue for two categories. One is B2B category and the other one is B2C. So from the beginning, I choose 100% of sales from B2B. So you will not see any B2C sales here. Next, we have the revenue from selling dead crabs. As you can see, I have input $3 per kg in my model. And you can see there is revenue from selling dead crab. Okay, next we have capex. So for this model, I have assumed $15,000 to set up a 1000 boxer system. Next we have profit per cycle. It means the revenue minus the total cost per cycle, and it will give you the profit per cycle. So in the last one will be the ROI. This number means in months. Basically, I have used this capex divided by this profit per cycle, which will give you how many months to break even this system. As you can see from this model, it takes around 10 months to break even. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce another table which will show you guys the sensitivity of different capex and different mortality. Just now you can see with $15,000 capex and mortality rate 15%, it will give you 10.14 months to break even. So from this table, you can see if you have less capex, it will shorten the returns to 6.76 months. If you have more capex, it will increase your ROI to become 13.52 months break evens. And if you have higher mortality rates, it will give you longer time to break evens. So you see there is a red color here. So basically I do a conditional formatting, and for me, every investment with ROI less than 36 months is considered a good investment. So for numbers more than 36 months, actually I highlighted in red color. So you guys can play around with the mortality. So basically I can change here 15%, 20%, I can change to 30% and 40%. So now you see when the mortality rate goes beyond 40%, basically you will not get break-evens because you are losing all the money in one cycle. So let's see what is the threshold for this model. Let's see, I input 35%. 35%. You still can make money, but you will get the money back for $20,000 model. You will get in 98 months. That is not a good investment. So you can play around with mortality rates, and of course you can play around with capex. But I think the mortality rate is more sensitive compared to capex, which a typical setup cost nowadays is around $15,000. If you want to DIY yourself, you can probably go lower than that, so maybe you can achieve a $10,000 per system. So now we talk about B2B sales. So basically, let's say if I have 10% B2C sales, actually I can make my returns faster, as you can see from here. So 35% with mortality 35%, you will still see red color here. Let's see how many percent I need to convert from my B2B sales to B2C sales in order to make a 35% mortality viable. Let's see. Yeah, it turns green. So I think a 50% is good, or maybe 60%. Yeah, I think with a 50% sales revenue from B2C sale, you can actually see everything is less than 36 months. So if you have a high mortality rate, the faster ways to get back your money is to divert your sales to more B2C customer, which will give you more revenue. Next, I'm going to show you guys the system. So let's change this back to 100%. Okay, so let's see if I want to do it in scale. Let's say I do it 5,000 boxes. So it will change to 4,000 crabs in total. So everything the same. Okay, now for manpower. So usually you need around three people rotates to take care of 5 system. So let's key in 3, and the feed is automatically calculated. And we have sort. So now you have sort, we have to times 5, and testing kits you already times 5, and rental we have times 5. So yeah, everything else is properly tabulated. And the revenue, yeah, okay, so the revenue is fine, everything is calculated properly. So this capex by right should times 5, but don't worry, for this sensitivity table, it had taken care. You have times 5 system, as you can see the formula here. So before that, you can see we have red color with 35% mortality rate, and now you started to see green color for capex below $75,000. So with scale, actually you can get a faster return on investment, and because there's a fixed cost of manpower, there's a fixed cost of rental, yep, and there's a fixed cost for testing kits. The last parameter I'm going to show you guys is dead crab. So basically, selling dead crab is a way to recover your losses. So let's change back everything to one system, simplify the process. And for salt is about $25 per month. So let's check. Okay, it changed. Okay, I have changed everything to parameter to become one system. So now let's see what is the effect if I have $0 for that selling that crab. Yeah, you can see actually the ROI is longer now. By adding $1 per kg, it helps a lot. So it means if you can sell that crabs, please recover your costs. If not, you have to divert your sales to more B2C. Is the better way. For capex, you can't really reduce much. I think $10,000 is a minimum sum if you DIY your system. So that's it for this demo for using this interactive spreadsheet. I hope you guys enjoy.